All right, good morning. It is Tuesday morning. I will see folks in West Bend this afternoon, coming off from Monday yesterday at Fife. New form this week. We're going to go ahead and introduce Fair Lady Works the Shuttle. So then we got these last few now. In particular, the two that we'll be working on in this video are Brush Knee and the new one, Fair Lady Works the Shuttle. The class on Monday, we kind of introduced a little bit of what I'll call play. When we talk about Tai Chi, the execution or performance of Tai Chi is often referred to as playing Tai Chi. And that element of playfulness is interesting. So we can take that element and maybe mix things up a little bit. In particular, we have two forms now that look quite similar, and because we've done parting the horse's mane so many times, you may have actually acquired some muscle memory of stepping out on that diagonal and then floating the hands apart, where the low hand there rises up to match the motion of the leg that's coming out. What we saw in Brush Knee is we're going to do that same step out, but instead of going with the leg, that lower arm is going to oppose the leg. It's the other arm that's going to go with the leg. So one of the ways to kind of wiggle your mind around that is to kind of mix them and match them. So what we did yesterday, so we did a couple of rounds of parting the horse's mane, followed by a couple of rounds of Brush Knee. So that's an interesting way to kind of separate that in your head. To get ready for that, we did a little bit of just playing the Tai Chi stepping. Not the Tai Chi walking you've seen online that claims to lose massive pounds. That's not really what's going on in those. That's simple clickbait. But we stepping out, take that step out on the diagonal, rock the weight back. And instead of stepping here, stopping at the left cat stance, we just step right on through. So step, rock the weight, step, rock the weight, align the foot. And just get used to that stepping practice. And then when we want to put them together, then we can go ahead and start out, part the horse's mane, and just step through it instead of, and then Brush Knee. So just a couple of things there to think about. We work on our intentional stepping, and then instead of much the way we're doing right now in Fending Off the Monkey, where we're stepping through that first step instead of stopping in the left ball position, kind of get that sense of stepping through when you're doing your training at home. So we can step and step and step. So I will see my folks in West Bend today. See you again at Fife tomorrow. This week gets us to the halfway point. We've got one more official form to get through after this week, grasping the peacock's tail. And then we'll add a bonus form for you. The rooster stands on one foot because we often work on this one-legged stand in our therapeutics. But oddly enough, since there is a one-leg stand in the 24 form set, it doesn't show up in the class. So we'll add that one back in, kind of figured out a way to make that work with our holding the ball mechanics. And so we'll introduce that one after we get through grasping the peacock's tail. The other thing we'll do in the second half of the class is we'll make it more of an official practice. So there is a formal beginning to the practice that is not really a form, although you might consider it a form by itself. And there is a formal closing. So once we have all of the forms together, then we'll introduce this formal opening and formal closing. Tai Chi often begins with feet together, coming palm, fist into palm. We call this a Tai Chi salute. We often begin and end Tai Chi sessions that way. We don't do it so much in Qigong, but in Tai Chi it's very common. So, hope you have a great day. I will see my folks in West Bend this afternoon. Take care. Bye-bye.